Shalom, shalom. This week's Parsha is Parshat Pinchas. And I'd like to take a couple minutes to talk about the daughters of Zelophchad, who were quite distraught because their father died, and this was the time where they were giving out the inheritance in the land, the portions, and their father already passed away and had no sons, and there was nobody left to inherit the father and to have a portion of the land and to perpetuate the name of the father. Therefore, these 5 women, Machla, Noah, Chagla, Milcah, and Tirza, came before Moshe and Elazar Cohen, and they brought their case. They said, our father, he died not because he was part of the rebellion of Korach, but from his own sin, and he has no sons to inherit him, and so please give us a portion amongst our brothers so we can perpetuate the name of our father. And Moshe sensed, I guess, a sincerity, and he couldn't answer them and just give them a portion of the land. That was not done at the time, but he consulted with God, and God said, Cain b'not Zelophchad. Yes, they spoke correctly. If a man dies and he has no sons, the portion should go to the daughters. Now, I want to take a look at this because it's very interesting, this story coming on the heels of reading Parshat Korach. Now, Korach, he gathered with people in front of Moshe and Aaron and brought a complaint, and it went totally awry in a totally different way. And what the difference was between them and how we can see that in the portion and what we can learn from it. So you see, when the daughters of Zelophchad came to bring this case before Moshe, the words that it uses. The first word it says is Va tikravna. They came close. The b'not Zelophchad to them, and then it says, before they spoke, it says V'ta'amodna lifnei Moshe and lifnei Elazar Cohen. So the words Va tikravna, to come close, same root as a korban, and the point of a korban is to get closer to God, to do something that you're trying to achieve, something positive, and to get closer in a good way from your soul purpose. And the second one, vatamodna, the word to stand, it is used, this word is like the Amida. It's a word of prayer. The Amida is what we say, the Shmona Esrei, the prayer, where we put out all of our supplications before God. We stand, we call it the Amida, we stand before God, and we stand with presence that has humility in asking and knowing that we're asking for something, and hopefully it can be achieved, but it should be for the purpose of achieving our soul purpose. And these are the 2 words it uses. And Moshe sensed this from the daughters, that it's coming from a good place where they really wanted to just do something to perpetuate the name of the father, and it wasn't all about them, but it was something that they felt a spiritual desire to do the right thing for their father, to be have inheritance amongst their brothers, for the family, for the father. Just really, the purpose was sincere. And that's the difference, because in Korach, it doesn't use these words at all. I mean, we start with Vayikach Korach. I mean, Korach was trying to take, and then it says Vayikal, he gathered on to Moshe, and then he starts spewing words. To the first thing he says is Rabachan, you've taken too much, hurling accusations. And you can just tell in the way that somebody approaches something where they're coming from. And the humility and the sincerity of the daughters of Zelophchad came through in their request. And I think this is something very important to take into life. Before you go and you go on a mission and you're going to challenge the powers that be, it matters how you do what you do, the intentions behind what you're doing, and all of that will affect the outcome. So I think it behooves us to really ask ourselves the tough questions when we're about to do something, and to see what our motivations are, and if our motivations are pure and good, to do it in a respectful manner, to come in a respectful manner where you're not hurling accusations, but you're expressing your will and the higher reason that you want to accomplish it. So that's my little lesson that I learned from this week's Parsha, and I hope you'll all take it with you and have a wonderful Shabbat Shalom.